Alright, how y'all doing? My name is Lavarre Green. I'm an occupational therapist here at Methodist Hospital in San Antonio. So I became interested in occupational therapy. My last year of college at LSU, I volunteered and I was helping out special needs kids with the triathlon, and that really opened my eyes to what occupational therapy is. The kids were having a good time, having fun, laughing, and doing all kinds of things, but they didn't know it was therapy, actual therapy going on, because they were having fun. So right now I work in an acute setting with adults. Right now I'm on a neuro unit. Previously I was working with the cardiac ICU patients on the 7th floor, but now every couple of months we rotate so we can expand our knowledge and our abilities can increase on different floors with different patients. So for occupational therapy, basically we work on restoring a person's level of independence to where they won't have to depend on anyone else for their own needs, and we can do that by giving them equipment. This right here is a sock aid, so if someone needs help putting on their socks, they can put a sock over this device. Let me get it unloose. They can put a sock over it. So what you want to do is put a sock over this end right here, cover it completely. Then you sit right here, you put your foot through, and you basically just pull up and your sock will be on. This is used for people who may have arthritis, who may have pain, who may have limited range of motion, and may not be able to reach down and touch their feet. So this can also help with that. Right here we have a reacher. This can also help a person who may not be able to, reach down or pick things up. They can just use this device, go on the floor, pick things up, whatever they need. This right here can help take off your socks as well. We call this a dressing stick. This can also help you to maintain your level of independence in dressing while you're here at the hospital. Now, if you're interested in occupational therapy, what you have to do is volunteer, because there's going to be people applying with like a 3.8 GPA, 3.5 GPA, 4.0 GPA. So in order for you to stand out amongst from that crowd, what you want to do is have a high GPA, but at the same time have different kind of volunteer experience, so they can see that, all right, this person has a high GPA and also volunteered at this place, and this place. You volunteer with pediatrics, adults, geriatrics, just to let go of that fear of touching a patient, and also to diversify yourself as far as your experience. For OT school, most schools require you taking the GRE exam. Thank God I didn't have to take it, but most schools require it. Just take the test, do your best on it, and apply your highest prereq GPA, and you'll get in. Just keep on pushing hard, keep on going forward. Most schools require you to take a certain number of classes or a varied amount of classes. Just go on the school website, whichever school you're interested in, go on their website, go in the search box, type in occupational therapy, go on their admission page, and you should see like a list of all the classes you need for each school. So it's mainly like abnormal psychology, lifespan development, physics 1, physics 2 with all the labs, chemistry 1, chemistry 2. I'm majoring in kinesiology, so that background kind of prepared me to apply for occupational therapy. And honestly, it didn't take me one time to get in. A little bit of back history. I applied 6 times. I got rejected 6 times. I got in on my 7th try. So don't feel down on yourself if you don't get accepted the first time. Just use that as fuel to apply everything you have for the 2nd time, or the 3rd time, or the 4th time, or the 5th time. Just keep on going. Like, if you really want to pursue this field, just keep on going. It's a rewarding field. You're seeing patients, you're seeing people at their lowest, and you're building them back up with compassion, with empathy. You're placing yourself in their shoes, and you're helping them to be the best person that they can be, and live a life of full independence.
So what is the difference between a physical therapist and an occupational therapist?
So occupational therapy, we work with a patient's ability to take care of themselves, right? So self-care, whether that's bathing, dressing, grooming, going to the bathroom independently, using the bathroom, doing everything regarding toileting, things like that on their own. Now PT, they focus on mobility, getting you up and walking and moving. Now we focus on mobility as well, but our mobility is more meaningful for the patient, more functional for the patient. So we're going to get the patient up and do what they want to do. We're going to get them to the sink, to be able to do their ADLs at the sink, whether that's brushing their teeth, washing their face, combing their hair. Now, if they want to get up and walk to the bathroom, like I said, it's more meaningful, it's more functional for the patient. We get the patient up and walk to the bathroom so they can do the toileting activities in the bathroom. It's not just getting a person up for the means of having them walk a certain number of feet, but our mobility has more meaning and more function for the patient.
Okay, so these are patients that are inside the hospital, whether they have a hip fracture or whether they have a stroke.
Exactly.
You work with all these different types of patients.
Exactly.
And the schooling that's required for it, you have to have some prereqs for OT school.
Oh yeah, of course.
And then you apply. And how long is occupational therapy school?
My school lasted 2.5 years.
It's 2.5 years. Do you have a master's degree?
Yes, sir.
A master's degree. Okay.
Yeah.
And then after you're done with your training, how much can one expect to make, kind of average kind of salary?
It depends on where you are. Usually they start off around maybe the low 70s to the maybe high 90s, but it varies with what path that you choose. I know home health pays a lot. I know inpatient pays quite a bit. Skilled nursing also pays a lot, but a person shouldn't really pursue this field, or any field for that matter, for the money alone, because that's going to make you a person that's not really compassionate for the person you're taking care of. So even though some career fields may have a low amount of salary a year, you should pursue a career not just for the money, but for taking care of people, to empower a person beyond what they're going through at the situation.
Okay, well, what is a typical day for you? Kind of starts at what time and ends at what time?
So this job at Methodist is only require you to have 8 hours a day. It's not really a set schedule, a set time to come in. It's basically completing your 8 hours a day. So getting here, I get here maybe, I try to get here at 7 o'clock, but I get here maybe at like 8:30, and I leave around 4, 5 o'clock. It's mainly getting your 8 hours in a day. So 8-hour days, Monday through Friday.
So the schedule's pretty flexible. You can kind of make your own hours.
Yeah, and the managers here, they're really good.
Okay. And any other advice you would have for someone interested in either medicine or occupational therapy?
Man, if it's something you want to do, man, just do it. Don't be afraid to fail. Don't be afraid to get rejection letters. All of that is going to help you to be the person that you need to be in this field. It's going to build your character up to be that therapist that someone may need. Someone may be at their lowest moment, and you can use your story to help build that person back up. If you can't relate to them right now before you apply, after you go through everything, dealing with schooling and applying and taking your board exam, you'll be ready to embrace that person who may be debilitated because of a spinal cord injury or a traumatic brain injury, because you can relate to failure and feeling low. And that's what occupational therapy is, basically empathizing with the person at their lowest point to build them back up to, the high point that they were once at.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah.
Thank you so much.